All right, I guess we clocked in. Yep, three. Okay, hey, we good. We good. Hey, what's going on, party people? Now, if this is your first time here, welcome. It's definitely a pleasure to have you here. I go by the name of Lespri. I am a spiritual healer. I play dumb but never been stupid. You know what I'm saying? I am as wise as a serpent and as a wolf, as cunning as a fox, as bold as a lion, and having a state of mind of a dog. So I had to give you the whole spectrum here, but so you know what you're getting yourself into. So again, welcome. I go by the name of Lespri. Essentially, I am a spiritual healer. And what I do here is that I help you to become Christ-like. And what that simply means by becoming Christ-like, it's a way of saying that I help you to attain your highest level of consciousness. And for you to attain your highest level of consciousness, the highest state of clarity, your emotions and your mental would have to become together. What that means pretty much is both of them would have to be balanced, but at the same time, that's how they work together. They would have to work together. And the reason being is, well, we all know what happens, let's just say, when someone is being too emotional. We know there are certain things that they're not able to see. And ironically, as we're talking about this is also revealing our nature in terms of how we see things, how we listen to things, but also this is also describing your inner vision. Because if your emotions can prevent you from seeing certain things, that's why you see reality through your inner vision. Free game. It's on the house. That's what we do. In fact, that's exactly what we do. It's to give you that sight, to give you that understanding, and helping you to attain that highest level of clarity, of consciousness, the highest level of self. But for you to do that, you would have to look at the self from both perspectives, from a physical perspective and also from a non-physical perspective. And that's where the occult comes in, that's where your spirit comes in, all that shit comes. So the whole idea of being perfect or to be a perfect man, that has absolutely nothing to do with being flawless. But what it's saying is, it's you having the physical and the spiritual understanding of yourself and acting in accordance of that understanding. And that's what I help you with in so many words. So going back to being emotionally unbalanced, your inner vision is not going to be as strong. That's why most people would look at that situation and be like, you know what? It's better to be more mental than to are, let's just say, be too emotional. Well, here's the thing with that. It's almost the same thing because you become one-sided either way. In fact, to be toxic is when you suppress your emotions and you just going by what you think you call in your intellect. I mean, a blind man, you still need to develop your inner vision regardless on which side you're on. If you are too mental and then you don't embrace your emotions, then you become very robotic. You become very rigid. You become Judge Dredd, to call it, until you add a little bit of emotions. In fact, the whole Jesus thing, when we talked about when they brought the prostitute to him, what he did was adding a little bit of emotion into their intellect to give them a broader perspective. Meaning, when he told them, okay, so whichever one of you guys without sin, why don't you cast the first stone? What that was actually doing is giving them, is expanding their understanding. And I guess, not to get too way ahead of myself here. I mean, as you see in the title, that's what we're going to be talking about here. Jesus from a fucking historical perspective and also from an energetic perspective. For you to understand the psychological aspect of it and how, I mean, and how much impact it has on you, depending on how you. But anyway, keep that in mind. But anyway, going back to what in terms of what I do, being a spiritual healer, I help you to attain your highest level of consciousness. But I do that by helping you to become in alignment or by bringing both, I mean, the whole idea of mind, body, and soul, by helping you to become mentally and emotionally balanced. That's what that is. And to be emotionally balanced, just like we were talking about before, what that simply means is that you are in tune with your emotions. You're in touch with your emotions. You understand your emotional pattern. You understand, let's just say, if there's any emotional blockages that you have, you understand where's that coming from. And then at that moment, you have the ability to either remove it, I mean, or to transform it, however you choose to look at it. But the bottom line is being emotionally balanced means you are in tune with your emotions. You're not being triggered, but in tune with your emotions. Meaning, if you choose to, just like Jesus did when he went to the temple by chasing a lot of motherfuckers out. You know what I'm saying? And again, that's why when we talk about being emotionally balanced, it has absolutely nothing to do with, let's just say, if you choose not to raise your voice or if you behave a certain way. Like I like to tell people, hey man, being emotionally balanced also means at times on your own terms to let niggas know. Not because I'm being triggered, but for of what needs to, and I have no personal attachment to it. It's just letting a nigga know. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you may have to use your emotions that way. You know what I'm saying? Without being triggered, but by you being fully in tune with the person that you are. So being emotionally balanced has to do with you understanding your emotional, let's just say, pattern or messages. You understand your emotions. You understand when you feel a certain way what that means, where that came from. And at this point, if you need to transmute that energy, cheer yourself up. You understand, okay, I'm a little bit sad today because of this happened. Now you have the ability now to change that. But but you can only do that because you have the proper understanding on how you feel. Not suppressing it, but now you could change it. You make it better. Now, when it comes to let's just say, being mentally balanced, it's the same baseline understanding here. The underline is the same. And what that means is you would need to understand how your mind works to understand your relationship with everything around you. Meaning, when you go to school, you do have a relationship with your school, you have a relationship with your parents. It's your interaction with that, how you relate to it. How is that shaping you to think? Your culture has a great impact on how you see life. So, for you to be mentally balanced, meaning to own your own mind, to have freedom of thought, or to fully free your mind, not to have a conditioned mind. A conditioned mind would be you not having the understanding of why and how your mind is being shaped a certain way. So you automatically think that way and you just go with it. That means you have no freedom of thought. Your mind has not been freed. So to be mentally balanced is to free your mind. But for you to do that, again, like I was saying, you have to understand how your mind works. You have to understand, even when with politics, how is that influencing you? then at this point, then you have the freedom of thought, not a conditioning mind to think a certain way, but for you to think for yourself. That's how you truly become a quality person. That's how you become, let's just say, if you are an American, so you become, it's like to be an American without being an American. What that means is, you just simply was born here, fine, but your understanding goes beyond, you're not being put in that American box. And for me, as a Haitian nigga, I'm not boxed into no fucking box. I think for myself. So anyway, so now you can clearly see, why it's important for both of those for your mental and your emotions to come together, because your emotions does add a little more of understanding to your intellect, and your intellect also, help your add a little more clarity to your emotions. Because for you to process your emotions, you would also need to use your intellect to fully understand it. So they have to work together to become Christ-like, Buddha-like, Krishna-like, whatever. Like, you have to become in alignment with you, and that's what I help you with. That's how I go about helping you to attain your highest level of consciousness. So now, now that you know exactly what I do, you know what I'm saying. I hope you're still here. Now, if you're coming back, you already know what we do here. This is for you. Come on, baby. You know what I'm saying. You guys have 300 and plus videos out there, man. You know what I'm saying? Study that shit. Now I'm just gonna be coming out, you know what I'm saying, and touching more on some general shit, like tonight the conversation. This is gonna be a goodie. But anyway, you already know if you're coming back, this is a Holy Communion. What we do here, man, each one teach one. We're doing our part in the community, man. We understand, like, how to develop your inner vision. We're spreading the word, man. The good word. Not necessarily to convert into some not, but the good word entails you having a deeper understanding of who you are, not to be lost out here. Because this is the land of the lost, man. Be careful. So, welcome back, motherfuckers. I do this for you. So, now as part of my routine, if this is your first time here, I always like to take a minute, to talk about spirituality. And the reason being is, as a spiritual healer, spirituality is the foundation. It's where I got the my understanding, my perspective of what I'm going to be sharing with you derives from a spiritual perspective. So what does that mean? Well, when we're talking about spirituality, spirituality is your story. It's revealing how you work. It's revealing who you are, your essence. That's why spirituality is not religion. It's not to convert you, but it's to give you a deeper understanding of who you are. A perfect example of that in spirituality, we would say, well, we do say a lot, but one of the things that we'll say would be you act like your God. And what that simply means is if you act in accordance to what the Bible says about God and you represent that. So your God is defining your life. Your God has a, how can I say this? Has a direct impact on how you live your life. If I become a 7 Day Adventist right now, my Saturday night is going to be different. Maybe I wouldn't be here uh, uh, by this time because what? It's Sabbath at this time. Or at least it start. Don't quote me on that. Shit. It is what it is. But as far as I can remember, because there was a point in time, well, I mean, we were searching. Oh, we found, baby. We are now found, nigga. I'm good. Don't worry about me. But back to the conversation had in terms of spirituality, it's giving you a deeper understanding on how you operate. You know, um, Christians are telling you God is only one God. Well, they're not just saying it from nowhere. They're saying it in accordance to what that holy book, so to speak, is revealing, is telling them. And of course, and I'll give you another. Okay, let's look at it from a different perspective. A Buddhist or someone who's into Hinduism, Gnosticism, right? Because of their understanding and the way they look at based on their manuals, they would tell you Jesus was a prophet. And I came to understand the reason why. Do you notice every other religion except Jesus, except your Christian niggas? Because in accordance to your manual script, I mean to your scripture. That's why, like just like I said, you know what I'm saying? Like you acting like you're God. And for these guys, let's just say the Buddhists, whoever the fuck else, they would tell you, of course, we do acknowledge Jesus. Do you know why? Because of the things that he was talking about. In fact, we're going to be talking about that too. And what was he really talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like the knowledge, the wisdom, the love, and compassion. Because understand this, a truth never hurt another truth. Real recognize real. And that's also the difference when we're talking about religion or specifically Christianity. Their agenda is to convert you. It's mind control. There's something else behind it. Because true understanding, it's not about, converting you to something that you're not. It's to give you a deeper understanding with what you already got. And that's what the truth does for you. So that's why spirituality is not religion. And one of the biggest misunderstandings about spirituality is that people always feel like that's not part of relate to it because you don't see yourself as spirit. Because the word spirituality is talking about the state of mind of spirit, your state of mind, your makeup, how you work, how you function, a deeper understanding of who you are. Then now, on the same token, on the flip side of that, you will have something called the occult, which is now you dealing with those sacred texts, that type of understanding. It's revealing the information that you don't see. That's why it's called a hidden knowledge, a hidden whatever the fuck. You'll see, some of the keywords, hermetic, something hidden. But what that means by being hidden, it's not in the sense of it's being kept away from you. Like most people, when we talk about the mystery schools, it's not like it's being kept away from you. But what it simply means is that is a type of understanding for you to have it, you're going to have to go beyond what you see. That's why some of the basic understanding that you'll find in the occult would be to let you know that you have a subconscious mind, which is a mind that is your mind. Conscious is under the conscious mind. And it's to help you. In other words, that's why out of the darkness comes the light. You have to step outside of what you see for you now to attain to have the light. And that's what the occult is dealing with. In other words, it's just the manual aspect of spirituality. It's those sacred texts, but ultimately it's revealing, it's telling you about you. In fact, it's giving you a deeper understanding of who you are. Because the whole point is to let you know that you are more than what you look like. And this is how knowing who you are is setting you free from looking at yourself from a one-sided perspective, setting you free from having a limited understanding of who you are. For instance, when you grasp, you understand that your spirit, your energy, well, energy never dies. And if that's the case, whole death, where's your victory? Then now death has a whole other meaning for you. It's a transition, a transitional type of shit. It's a change. Like I always tell you guys, like a butterfly is a dead caterpillar. And check out my, you know, most recent recording. I was talking about how death is life. You gotta embrace death, baby. But anyway, we're not here for all that. That's not what we're gonna be talking about tonight. But I figured, I mean, hey, this is some good meal, man. Enjoy yourself. You know what I'm saying? And this is what we do here with brick bread. You know what I'm saying? This is the type of bread, once you eat it, that will open up your eyes. And that's the body of Christ. And again, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself here because I want you to keep in mind, I'm trying to get you to see it from different perspective. Because ultimately, I'm going to be talking about Jesus from a historical perspective and looking at Jesus from a fucking energetic perspective. Those are two different perspectives. So going back to spirituality now, simply put, it's your life. But now what the spirituality is helping you to see is what you call life. Just like okay, not too long ago, I was telling you about war being too. Now, why would being emotional doesn't allow you to see things, or there's a few things that you're not seeing correctly, or you don't even see at all? That's because although we do have these eyes, but when we're talking about true understanding, it's what is called your inner vision. That is your inner vision. That's why for me, I could be standing next to my son. We're sharing the same space and time, but yet my understanding of life is not the same as his. Meaning we're both looking at the same thing, but I see more than him because he has a limited inner vision. That's what you make it. It's your inner vision. And this is why this is important because your inner vision now determines your life. That's why your subjectivity reveals your reality. That's why they say that would also be part of spirituality. As a man thinketh, he comes. That's why to me, spirituality is a practical matter. Spirituality is revealing your life as is right here, right now. Not to escape this reality, you're going to find a different life. That's a fucking illusion. You need to understand there is more to you than what you look like. That's how we get to know other people. Our reality is not as it appears to be. In fact, the Indian called this world, the world that we're living in, Maya, a world of illusion. And illusion does not mean fake. What that means is it's not what it looks like. And the way you see things is very important because your perspective, again, will determine your reality. Your mind's going to make it real. But I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself here. So let's stick to spirituality for a second. Ah, man, I'm just excited. Oh, excuse me. I'm just excited. Okay. So another way of saying this, spirituality again is what I call, in fact, the Buddhist great mirror or the mirror of wisdom. I love that shit. Because what this is referring to, it's via my understanding or what I'm sharing with you, I'm holding that mirror that would help you to reflect on what I'm saying. That's why a truth never hurt another truth. That's why this whole purpose here is not for you to follow me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you could follow the channel, but not me, nigga. I can't do nothing for you. You know, only you can do something for you. And if you have that life in you, that understanding, once you hear the truth will know who you are. You would identify with it. And that's how real recognize real. You got to have life in you to grow more life, to grow life. And that's what, again, Jesus was talking about the whole parable about, you know what I'm saying, the guy who was dropping his seeds, you know what I'm saying, and then talking about those different grounds or locations where those seeds were actually dropped. That's why this type of knowledge is for the living, the people who's truly seeking for beyond what they see. But again, it's all revealed neutrality. It's all talking about your essence, a deeper understanding of that, to go beyond the physical, not suppressing the physical, but to understand that there is more than just the physical. But anyway, in a nutshell, because I could talk about spirituality all day long. In fact, this whole conversation is about spirituality because this is going to give you a deeper insight on, oh, with no further ado, let's get right into it now. Now that you understand what I do and how I do it, and I give you a brief synopsis about spirituality, also because, this is everything that I'm going to be talking about here is going to be based on spirituality, meaning your essence, the understanding, the ultimate understanding of who you are. So, now, all of that being said, let's work. So, in fact, let me give you a little bit of background about how I even came up with this, right? So I was watching, well, without giving you too, I guess I started. Yeah, I did it. Careful what you ask for, huh? So, um, damn, how can I do this without dropping names? Because, yeah, I don't want to do that. But anyway, on YouTube, I was watching, there was a guy, obviously, who claimed to be a scholar. And then, he was challenged. But a scholar, understand this. And this is why it's important for you to understand. Okay, let me say this first. When we're talking about a historical Jesus and a energetic Jesus, I'm trying to get you to see perspectives because our reality is defined by our perspectives. And I'm trying to get you to see both sides, giving you a whole perspective, helping you to become perfect. And your perfection has nothing to do with you not making mistakes or being or to be flawless or errors, however the fuck you want to call them. And even to look at life from this perspective, it's a fucking illusion. It's not a reality because anybody who had, who became better at anything, why do we fall? In fact, there was a question. One of the Nolan Batman, the very first one, Batman Begins, and I really like the question that was asked. Why do we fall? You fall so you know how to get up. That's it. In other words, what this is saying is, we get better in this life by falling. Like the reason why you can walk now is because you have to fall. That's why when you look at things from this perspective, again, it's a matter of perspective. There was this guy, I can't recall, was it the guy or Ford? I can't recall, right? But if you're familiar with the story, and yeah, I think it was the guy who created the bulb. I can't recall his name, but anyway. And then he said, when people ask him, well, I mean, how did you come up with that? And we heard, you tried 300 and whatever time. He said, no, 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 no. I mean, it wasn't a failure. It was 300 and certain times that it didn't work that way. Now, understand this. To think on that level, this is godlike thinking. This is him seeing his highest, his full potential, because he understand what he was doing was not a mistake. He was getting. That's why when you do your craft, whatever the fuck you do, Michael Jordan tells you the same thing. After he fell, guess what? Repetition. So falling isn't really falling as you think it is. Again, it has to do with your perspective. And that's why it doesn't matter about how much you see. It really comes down to how are you looking at it? Because if you're looking at it wrong and then you see a whole lot, eh, it doesn't really matter. That's why it's never been about quantity, it's always quality. So tonight, pretty much, I'm going to help you to look at Jesus from two different perspectives, from a historical perspective and from a spiritual perspective. Now, those two are not the same. There's a psychological impact that either one of them has on you. Because look at Jesus, let's just look at Jesus from a fucking historical perspective. Then what you're going to have, what you only have at this point is that's when you have the scholars now. Now your understanding of Jesus becomes what I call the book knowledge. It become a historical understanding. Where was he born? What was he like? And then now facts that would that story, and that's what you see when people are talking, when people like Christians are talking about Jesus, and that's what you see. And people will tell you this is what the Bible says. Well, guess what? Of course, that's what the Bible says. But that has to do with you. But you taking it for, first of all, you think it's revealing faith. You know what I'm saying? This is the word of God. I'm not saying that it is not. In fact, I would strongly say that it is, but from a spiritual perspective. And I'll get to that. But I'm saying that to say, when you're looking at Jesus only from a historical perspective, then you're going to have an historical understanding. And that's what you'll be defending. And that book knowledge or those I guess, historical moments or whatever the fuck took place, then that's what you become an expert at. There's no experience in it. There's no transformation. And that's what you see with church. And that's what you see with Christians. Again, if I'm going back to you acting like a god, guess what? Everything they're doing is in accordance of what the Bible tells them to do. That's why the argument now becomes, hey, the Bible didn't say that. The Bible said that. The Bible said that. This is crazy. Now people are being, like those, now they're living their so-called spiritual life through dogmas, which has nothing to do with their actual transformation. And ironically, this is what exactly Jesus was saying. Not though. I mean, if you the one calling Jesus Jesus, not all of them would actually make it. That's because now you would need to have the understanding of that. And what you see too, and when people are talking about the Bible, they're citing sites, they're citing verses and chapters. And now it becomes, for you to be a true Christian, is the book knowledge, not the understanding. Again, I'm giving you a deeper understanding of what it's like to follow a historical Jesus. And this is what you're seeing now. And this is what you have. So then, even when Jesus is talking about he died for you, that has truly has no meaning for you. I mean, people do say it, but what does that mean? So God was about to wipe out humanity, and then Jesus came and saved you? Could be. Okay. Hey, I'm not mad at that if that's the way you're looking at it. Well, at least you are thinking. I definitely got to give it up to you. You are thinking. You know what I'm saying? So again, your understanding becomes very limited. And then the true experience it's not being experienced. It's being replaced by dogmas and book knowledge. Just like the brother who was saying I mean, his baptism was not real, according to the Bible, and you could see how proud the motherfucker is. That is their true ego. Got nothing to do with like actually like the Godhead in him. When Jesus is telling you, okay, this is the body of Christ, are you physically eating the flesh of Jesus? I mean, shit. After all, he was a sacrifice. I mean, is that what we're talking about here? What are we talking about? At least for me, that's why looking at Jesus from an historical perspective is going to lead you to death, because now you're looking at it from the letter's perspective, and if you know anything, even about your Bible, it will tell you the truth. The letters kills, the spirit gives life. Jesus was doing, or the true spiritual Jesus, and then oh man, I gotta tell you guys about okay, was saying it was that understanding, that energetic aspect of it, the energy, the chemistry, that consciousness. That's the consciousness once you truly bite into it, when you're chewing onto it, meaning you have that understanding, it changes you. Oh man, I just don't want to get into that spiritual Jesus yet. But again, I mean, it's so obvious. And this is how you truly change. But again, that's why you need to understand your essence. That's why it's important to have God in your life, because as your mind absorbs it, it becomes part of your reality. That's how the words got to be made flesh. That's how Jesus is telling you, you do greater things than me, humbly or respectfully, however the fuck you want to put it. Now, let me slow it down for a second. All of that is revealing to you when I went and told you about you acting like your God. This is actually revealing that your God, ah, man, is your reality. And what your God is that's why it doesn't matter if you're religious or not. Whatever understanding you have of you, that's why spirituality is a practical matter. Or what you call your higher self, that's what's going to determine your life. Like if you think money's everything, then you'll do anything for money. That's how it goes. Absorbs it, then your reality now is playing out. You'll do anything for money. That's what cocksuckers do, man. Niggas who don't have the light, man. Because now having the light, as when your mind absorbs that, your behavior becomes different. That's why it's important for you to adopt a Godhead mentality, a Christ mentality. And every actors understand that. For them to play the role, they have to become that person. They have to think like them, act like them, be around them. What they're doing is picking up their energy and then act that shit out. Then once they have your energy, guess what? The actor is no longer acting now. It becomes you. Every great actors understand that shit. Well, motherfucker, let me tell you what. The same way these motherfuckers operate, that's how you operate too. That is how God, your God, determine who you are or determine your actions. That's how you act like your God without knowing. That's why it doesn't matter what you believe in. The shit I'm talking about here, this is a practical matter. Has nothing to do with what you choose to believe in, what you choose not to believe in. At the end of the day, your essence is your essence. Where you choose to go based on your perspective. And that's the underlying, that's why spirituality is telling you about you. Now, as you get to know yourself, that's how you're freeing yourself from having a one-sided perspective, but now you understand the whole perspective, you understand how you work. That's why for me, when I understood who I was, I embodied all religion and I was part of no fucking religion. If you're asking who the fuck am I, I'm Buddhist. I do voodoo. I'm the Gnostic. I'm a Mason. I'm all of that shit. And at the same time, I'm none of it. Because that's what happens. And I'll give you a perfect example. If you a, I mean, the only reason why you are a Democrat or you are a Republican, that's because you one-sided. Looking at the picture, I mean, if you're looking at the bigger picture, you would be both a Democrat and a Republican because you can't tell me there's nothing good about no fucking Democrat and there's nothing good about no fucking Re- Republicans. Now, for me, I'm looking for all good shit because one good shit does not cancel out another good shit. It does not. That's why you'll forever have Republican and Democrat arguing against amongst each other. It's the same difference. It's a one-sided perspective, and because of that, you don't see the full picture. But if you see the full picture, the truth is going to be the truth. Meaning, there's going to be some shit that the Democrat it's you would value because it's valuable, it makes sense. And there's going to be some other shit in this particular situation. It's both of them. And when you become both of them, you are none of them because you're not subscribed to either side. And by you subscribing to both sides now, you are neither one of them. That's important for you to understand and to see the bigger picture for you to attain your highest level of consciousness, the highest level of self. You cannot be one sided. But anyway, what we started talking about here, if you're just now showing up or whatever the fuck, if you have not fully understand what I'm saying, what I'm talking about so far, the idea is to look at Jesus from different angles and understand if you become excited, the impact that will have on you. And again, if you're looking at it from a fucking historical perspective, then now you become a scholar. Then now what you're calling the truth, or you're looking to validate the book, not the understanding, but what the book is telling. But going back, what I also wanted to make before we even delve a little bit more, because now I'm going to be talking about the spiritual aspect of Jesus. I wanted to show you pretty much not only that your God defines your reality. Oh, shit. Another point that I was gonna make with that shit. It kind of slipped my mind, but they'll come back to me. Um, what the fuck was I gonna say, man? I was gonna make a good ass point too, man. But anyway, I ended up talking about this and that. Anyway, um, yeah, so when you talk about Jesus only from a historical perspective, then we're talking about a book knowledge. You're defending a book now, not the understanding of a book. Now you are confirming or trying to you is the validity of that book now, not the understanding of it, not the experience how you're able to grow from it, but in fact, I didn't want to call out the names, but fuck it. I think, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you guys probably heard of it. There was a guy called Bill Johnson, this other motherfucker Huff, whatever the fuck. Two fucking idiots. You know, you have one guy on one hand telling you, Jesus was not real. I mean, in fact, I shouldn't say that. I mean, not necessarily idiots, but the gist of their conversation had nothing to do with your own transformation. The whole discussion of what they were doing in terms of, okay, you don't know much about those Bible that you claim to talk about. That whole shit was about the validity of. That's why you'll see a lot of Christian now coming out to say, oh, this guy, this and that, he didn't know what he was talking about. Again, tomatoes, tomatoes. You're talking about nothing. And then you have this other guy now who's saying you don't know about the. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's intellectual masturbation. That's why they have debates. They're doing like that has nothing to do with true understanding and self-development of self-transformation that you'll truly get in a Jesus, in a spiritual Jesus. But that goes to this is what I wanted to say. That goes to show you how powerful mythology is, it goes to show you how powerful those narrative are in terms of whichever God you choose is going to determine your life. That's why your oppressors, your colonizers, that's why they use Jesus the way they used it and they give the Bible. That's why Christianity, there's an agenda behind it. Your God means nothing. My God is everything. I want you to see life the way I see life. Not adding more to what you understand about life already, but it's to change it. That's why they use the term converting you. You got to understand this shit. And that is going in accordance to the Bible. And that's why it's important for you to go beyond your culture. Because a lot of us being raised on this side of the world, that's how we see it. We are being influenced by what is called Christianity, and then it's shaping our reality to be that way. There's no spirit in it. Whereas now, when you're learning about the Sufis, you're learning about the Masonic, you're looking about the Gnostics, you're learning about Buddhism, all this shit, it's a different science. The Hermetic is a different science. That perspective now, you're looking at life from that energetic perspective. Now you need to understand the mental understanding of what's around you. Mm. But before I even get into that, to illustrate my point, let's talk about Santa. Is it real? Is it fake? Is Santa really a white man or is he a black man? Does it really matter? If you don't celebrate Christmas, would a black, and if you're a nigga, would a black Jesus make it any better for you? It's rhetorical. What I'm truly saying here is that even Santa has a great impact in your life. And that's what you need to understand. That's why it's important not to look at Jesus only from a historical perspective. And if you do, then you're going to become one sided. You're going to replace. I mean, that's what all the church, that's what the conversation is. It's the validity of the Bible. It becomes book knowledge, not the experience. Know what it's like to become like, to develop your psychic abilities. In fact, you're calling this shit evil. And all that shit is just you, your essence, your energy. How the fuck did you think, or do you think Jesus was able to see certain things without even you saying it? He knew. Not, it was not that, you know what I'm saying? That's because it was on a fucking energetic level. Because you could lie all you want, your energy never lies. In fact, I could read your energy and tell you the things that you don't even know about you. But anyway, let me leave that alone. I'm trying to get you to see the picture, giving you to see this reality on a deeper level. So that's why anybody, to look at it from a fucking historical perspective, you still have to get to know them. Let's just say if you want to talk about Muhammad Ali. Oh yeah, I mean he was born in whatever the fuck, from Alabama, whatever the fuck. And then what else? But that still wouldn't say much about him. You do want to know his character. How was he able to shift from having this perspective to that perspective? If you want to talk about him, I mean, I'm expecting that's what you should know. Again, you are revealing his state of mind, his state of understanding. That's what made him a man of quality. And this nigga, that's my nigga too. You know what I'm saying? Saying I had to get my look from him. Man, I mean, if you go to sleep and even dream about whooping man, you better wake up and apologize. That's my nigga. You hear me talk that shit, baby. So again, it's just showing you, oh man, you would have to know the men beyond that. Another one, Bob Marley. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them dreads, man, them real ones. You already know. You know what I'm saying? The I and I. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. The wisdom is, nigga. Wisdom is all around you. You got to wake up to it. So now let's go back to center, right? What's going on? Fat kid or fat, whatever the fuck. What happens during, especially during Christmas? We all tend to gain a little bit of weight, don't we? Santa's is giving gifts. We all giving gifts, exchanging gifts. See, that's what you should be looking at instead of, and then now you motherfuckers, let's just say if you having a conversation, was Santa real or not? Does it fucking matter? Was he black or white? I mean, to a certain level, yes, it does matter. In fact, that's why I'm talking about it because it matter. But how are you looking at it? That determines a whole different ballgame. If your perspective of it is just from is it real or not? Oh, Jesus is black, or that's the white man shit, whatever the fuck. But yet, even if you don't believe in them, if you're exchanging gifts, you know what I'm saying? You go into holiday parties. Guess what? That around that time, that's what we do. And Santa pretty much is the center of it all. If you go to your company holiday parties, you know what I'm saying? The theme is gonna be there, nigga. That's why those what you so-called mythology is the biggest mind control of all times. It's that narrative. All is mental. When you understand that, man, listen, free your fucking mind. I'm just here to set you free, baby. It's on the house. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about me. I'm good. Don't you fucking worry about me. I handle myself very well. Scotty didn't know. Listen, I'm the one, oh man, I was left, you know what I'm saying? I was left in the cold, man. Abundant. Stumped on. I'm still standing, man. I'm that stone they rejected while they were building the house, thinking this is bullshit. Is it? Cornerstone, nigga. Respect the power. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's on the house. Don't worry about it. So again, now the reason when we talk about sentence is to show you something that you may. Okay, let's just say we all know it's not real. Like again, it doesn't really matter. You're being influenced by it anyway. The culture you're living in is already celebrating that, so you are part of it, even if you choose to remove yourself. If it's not you, it's your cousin, it's your aunt. I mean, you may choose to be by yourself. Well, that's because it's happening around you, motherfucker. So was Jesus black or was he white? Or is Santa black or white? Doesn't matter. It does, but not the color. Maybe, I don't know. Like if you black, Jesus is, I mean, let's just say Jesus is black, you black. And then what? It's not Jesus, it's not Jesus, it's Jesus. Let me go with that fucking narrative. Jesus was a black man. And then what? How is that helping you now? Until you fully understand the concept, it means nothing. How are you looking at it? That will determine everything. How are you looking at it? You understand what I'm saying? Then now, when you start looking at Jesus from a spiritual perspective, now this is a whole other, it's a whole other stuff. Now, when you eat the body of Christ, you become Christ. But that is referring to when your mind absorbs it, and it's being reflected into your life. Now we're talking about transformation. Now we're talking about the words being made flesh. Now we're talking about the experience of being Christ-like. That a lot of you motherfuckers do not know. You talk of it, but not living it. Because if your understanding is purely or simply only from a historical perspective, man, you just yapping. That's why you have no transformation in life. That's why now at this point, Jesus becomes a cover up. It's a feel good thing. Are you doing the right thing? It becomes political behavioral shit. Do you wonder why the government and the church goes hand in hand? It's obvious. Again, how are you looking at it? Because only looking at Jesus from a historical perspective, now you become limited, one-sided. You only look at it, looking at the validity of the book. And if the book didn't say that, the thing with this nigga fucking Billy Carson, so now he was just like he was attacking Christianity pretty much. Like me, what I'm trying to tell you here, I'm not attacking nothing. I'm attacking the stupidity, the fucking ignorance out of it. I'm helping you to look at it from a bigger perspective, from a spiritual perspective. And when you do, it doesn't fucking matter. Jesus, Zuzus, who the fuck give a fuck? Because now it's you breathing life into that letter now. Now that's when the game changes. Now in your mind, because the spirit brings life, man. This is a whole different ballgame now. Now, this is what I'm talking about. And when you look at it from that spiritual perspective, guess what? Buddha means the same thing. Krishna is the same shit. It's that higher understanding. It's to cultivate that divinity in you, which will manifest as your mind absorbs it, and then it becomes your reality. As a man of God now, you know how to, you see quality in you. You have compassion for others. Nobody ain't got to tell you that shit. Because God now, you have developed your divinity now. Oh, that's a whole different ballgame. You're truly having the experience of Father and Father. The universe and you becomes one. I know for me, at times, I feel cosmic. It's like my body is no longer my body. It's like nature becomes my body. The universe become my body. Oh, this is a different ball game. Now, this is for the ones, this is for the great listeners. This is when the knowledge now is transforming you. You become the knowledge. That's why having wisdom is. When you don't argue with fools, that's because you understand they don't understand you. Energetically, you can see them, and that never lies. You develop your inner vision, you get to see people from their inner perspectives. Oh, now this is a different ball game, baby. This is a different ball game. This is for the living. Now you know. I mean, now if you choose to talk about Jesus, which is good, but now you become him. Isn't that what he wanted you to be? But how would you become Jesus if you don't look at him from a fucking energetic perspective? Because that's what the actors do. When was it? Will Smith? Was it Will Smith or Jamie Foxx, whoever the fuck was playing Tyson? However the fuck. When Will Smith was playing Muhammad Ali, this nigga was around him all the time, asking him questions. Champ, okay, how do you? What he was doing, just tapping into his energy. Then when he becomes the champ, come on, man, you already know what's up. You already know what's up. It's the same perspective. That's how we all operate. That's why, as a man thinketh, he becomes. This is not a, hey, this is for everybody. This is a practical, I don't give a fuck. If you, okay, you could say whatever the fuck you want to say about Christianity, right? Well, if you adopt that mind, guess what? You're going to act like that. If you're Buddhist, same shit. If you're into voodoo, same shit. I'm trying to get you to see the bigger picture here. That's why the wise ones, we embrace every gods because you understand it's oh man. I'm gonna save this one for myself. Buddha simply means to wake up. So does it matter? Was there what was that nigga name? Ooh, excuse me. Gautama, whatever the fuck. Doesn't matter. Does it matter? I mean it does. Again, it all comes down to how you're looking at it. So going back to those two fucking idiots that I was talking about, the one nigga's telling you fuck this, but really the underlying shit, because I peep out the whole game. Ultimately, this motherfucker was trying to say fuck Christianity, and then the other niggas and with so many other motherfuckers, come on, man, come on, you already know what's going on here. The Lord is your savior, Christ Jesus Christ. I would say the same thing too. All I'm saying is I'm looking at it from a spiritual perspective. That's why you can't tell me nothing about God, nigga. I know so much about God, I become one. I have adopted that. I'm living my life on God principles, integrity, love, joy, compassion, forgiveness, all that shit. You can only reap those benefits by adopting the spirit in you. Again, how are you looking at it? Don't be part of those idiots who's protecting book knowledge and not the understanding of it. So that's why it's important. And even the spiritual Jesus was trying to get you to go beyond the letters. You bring life, you breathe life into the letters. It's you that's going to make it make sense. Then now you will understand the narrative. That's why all cultures have mythology. They have a God, and their life, their society is built around that God. Where we are over here, our God story, the creation story, is the foundation of our society. Like we live in a culture, do you say dick and pussy? It would consider it to be what? I mean, you don't want to say it that way. What happened to Adam and Eve? They went and hide their sexual parts. When they found out, they were ashamed of their dick and pussy. Oh, that shit goes deep. You just don't understand. Oh, that shit goes deep. That's the narrative. All is mental. Those stories is what's creating your reality. On the story and create your own reality instead of that story creating a reality for you. Again, free your mind, freedom of thought. You gotta have freedom of thought, not a conditioned mind. A lot of you have a conditioned mind. You know, the motherfuckers who's defending the Bible, because they're Christianity, the way of living, their ways of, they're not going beyond it. So that was really the shit with Billy Carson. You know what I'm saying? And this motherfucker's also a fucking idiot too, because what the fuck are you talking about? Does it matter? You know what I'm saying? That's like you talking about Santa. Santa is not real. Okay. And so what, nigga? That means you missed the point. You don't see or understand how Christmas is shaping people's life. First of all, right after fucking Thanksgiving, you already know what's up. Right, even way before that, the lights are already out. This is shipping your life like a motherfucker. And then what do? You spend your money just like Santa's giving gifts. Those parties with the same theme, the red. You doing that because the narrative was given to you as such. Pussy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like that's why for me, once I master my mind, doesn't matter, nigga. Does it matter? Do I celebrate? Does it matter if I celebrate Christmas or not? Would that make me less spiritual? Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Stupid. You sound good, but no understanding. You sound good though. You sound good. A lot of these motherfuckers, they sound like they're saying something good. Like that's why I tell niggas, you want to sound smart, you don't want to be smart? How smart is that? And when you be smart, nigga, you're gonna sound smart regardless, but not looking to sound like it. You are the light of the world. When you become the light, you're gonna shine any fucking way. But to shine for clouds, I don't know. I mean, are you really shining? Man, I'd rather shine like for no fucking reason, because I'm the sun, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Again. Wow. And that's the society you guys want me to be part of. That's the society you're fighting for. That you appear to be okay. I'm following like the stupid motherfucker. Anyway, to each your perspective. Well, mine is serving me in my own way. It's making me whole. It's making me see both sides of shit. It's making me to go beyond what is being presented to me and truly see it for what it is. And I also remember, to be honest with you too, that's when I really started to understand that how, just like, do you think movies shape your life? Think about it. In fact, I can't recall, I mean, shit. It's either my undergrad or while I was doing my master's. I can't recall. I had fiction and nonfiction. That's when that shit was an eye opener for me to see how what you called fiction have a great impact on your life that you don't even know. Now, the so-called center that's not real, look around you, see how impactful that shit is. Now, you tell me what's realer. Again, your mind is making it real. It's the narrative, man. That's why looking at Jesus from a historical perspective ain't never gonna do shit for you. You're never gonna grow from it. I mean, you're gonna be these other motherfuckers who's now the Bible is your Bible. You're just another converted motherfucker who's proud and think you somehow got the best God. Emotional, not seeing the big picture. Again, what I'm saying here is not attacking Christianity. It's giving you the bigger picture from a spiritual perspective because it all comes down to how you're looking at it. No shit. Yo, hold up. Give me a second, guys. You know what I'm saying? Take a break. Get your weed if you smoke weed, allegedly. Okay. And get your drink, baby. You know what I'm saying? Hold up, because we're gonna do what we do. You hear me? Yeah, I'm saying. All right. So it's important for you to identify how you're looking at Jesus and how is it impacting your life. You see what I'm saying? That's why, I mean, you definitely got to look at Jesus. What the fuck? Hold up. Damn, I'm getting messages everywhere, man. What the fuck? Yeah, it was me. I did sign in. Hold up, players. Sign in a new window. Yes. That was me, motherfucker. Relax, relax. All right, let's shut the shit down. So, again, your perspective matters. Your subjectivity is your reality, regardless of how objective you want to be. Because what you call an objective, that's why we know common sense ain't common, is it? Okay. It's just a greater understanding that would come from your subjectivity. Know yourself, man. Know yourself. Because regardless of what God you're talking about, or whose God you're saying, listen, it means nothing without you. It means nothing without you. That's why Jesus would tell you what? Either you got to wake up to it, you have to say yes and accept Jesus. Jesus is already there, died for you. How would a man die? Like, who's gonna, if God was gonna kill you? Okay, I definitely see it. But God obsession with just killing though and sacrifices is crazy. If you're looking at it from a fucking historical perspective. But from a spiritual perspective, God is all sacrifice. What you're doing to obtain your highest level of you have to sacrifice your lower self for your higher self. That's what has to take place. See again how you're looking at it. And because I'm looking at it from a spiritual perspective, I don't give a fuck 300 AD what happens. But I do understand whatever the fuck happened then, how is that story is impacting me now? That's the true question you should be asking yourself. All right, cool. You want to be historical? You go ahead and study that shit? Fine. Okay, you find that, let's just say it was correct or it was not correct. Either way, how is that helping you in your life now? Is it helping you to fit the narrative that is being already imposed on you? Or is it setting you free? If you're looking at it from a spiritual perspective, it will set you free. Free of that time. When Jesus back then told you a fisherman recognize another from afar, what this is saying is today, real recognize real, nigga. A hardworking man knows another hardworking man. And we value each other because we understand the hard work. But the motherfucker who does not do hard work, who sees you getting shit, they think you getting shit for free. You don't deserve nothing that you're getting. Because they're not getting it, you shouldn't be getting it. That's what you call your haters today. They were always around. When you fully understand the narrative of mythology, that's why it is representing your reality. When I was telling you to tell of creation, how ashamed we are to talk about those lower parts, you wouldn't tell your kids, that's a pussy, that's a dick. You have a nickname for it. Where the fuck does that come from? What makes your dick bad that you got to have a nickname for it? But your lips is good though. Your eyes are good. But this is cocoing. I know. All that shit stems from your motherfucking Bible story, nigga. And guess what? You don't even have to believe in it. That's the kicker. It doesn't even believe in it. That's why the highest form of mind control, man, is mythology. And then all you seeing what the news is doing, what the government is doing, what your colonizers doing is they understand that, and now they're spinning the narrative through their agenda. That's what your colonizers did with your shit, with your Osiris. That now you're saying Jesus is Osiris or Horus. Congratulations, motherfucker. But do you understand the impact? When we created Horus, we knew what we were doing. When the father Osiris, you are recollecting your pieces. Then you needed Isis to help you with that. The negative energy, your intuition, the feminine understanding to recollect. And then now you had Seth, who had the right coffin for Osiris, which is your body. That's what makes this an esoteric knowledge, which is the knowledge that goes beyond what you look like. And it's being personified so you can understand and replicate that into your life. So we create the true mythology to set you free. Now, these motherfuckers who understand how mythology works, they use it now to put you in slavery. Then you want to talk about what's real? That's where they got it from? Man, I mean, shit. And then you think you're kicking knowledge. You kicking knowledge, huh? Now what? All right, this shit, all right. All right. I guess keep kicking it. What can I say? Oh, shit. Yo, hold on. My nigga, I'm coming, nigga. Hey. Anyway, I'm saying I'm about to get some live band on, you know what I'm saying? Well, shit, nigga, you already know. I had to give you medicine first. You know what I'm saying? Had to give you medicine first. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, don't don't try to be what? I mean, I don't even know if it's even smart for me to tell you not trying to be smart. Be smart, nigga. Why try to be smart? Why? When you can be smart. The word become the life. Damn, what the fuck? Yes, yes, nigga, yes. Come on, man. This nigga. Dude, what's wrong? Anyway, yeah, hell yeah. Take a break, guys. Take a break. Just talk among yourself. Oh shit. Anyway. Oh shit. Saying we are celebrating life, man. You know what I'm saying? Life is celebration for us. We went from negative to positive. You know what I'm saying? We went from being blind to fully recover our sight. This is a celebration. all day, every day. Mm. They thought they had us. Scotty didn't know. We solve our own over here, man. This is for the ages to come. But anyway, shit's dying. Let me see. What else needs to be said? I mean, because ultimately, it's to help you to understand when you're looking at your perspective matters. In fact, life is all about your perspective. It is your perspective that's gonna set you free or that's going to enslave you due to the nature of the knowledge that is being fed to you. That's why it doesn't matter. They copied this, they did this, they black people, white people, this. Doesn't fucking matter, bro. Do you get the point? Now that's what matters. You know what I'm saying? And I see a lot of brothers, they talk about how movies shape. Well, there you go. Congratulations. Now, if you understand how movie could shape your life, then the narrative, the highest form of mind control, it's gonna be either your Bible or the fucking whatever the fuck book it is. But having that understanding already now, you know what I'm saying, is setting you in a way. How are you understanding that? Are you getting the wisdom that is transforming you? Or is it the type of knowledge that's subduing you? Well, I mean, shit. Either or, it requires a state of clarity for you to wake up to that. And all I'm doing is holding the great mirror for you to look at yourself. So again, going back to, I mean, it's a bunch of bullshit that I see, man. It's just crazy. Idiots all arguing about, well, that's what book knowledge. Then at the end of the day, that's gonna do what for you? But in that particular instance, I knew what that shit was about. It's pretty much one motherfucker saying fuck Christianity, and these motherfuckers are protecting it. And the whole protection has nothing to do with the true knowledge that would help you to transcend or even to become Christ-like, ironically, on both sides. And that's what make this shit idiotic, crazy. But it's just for book knowledge, for references. So now you have a brother that says you don't know what you're saying because your sources is not that. And then with that, what do you think comes with it? There was a brother, I mean, shit, the peace to the God, he passed away, a brother called Brother Panic. This nigga used to really go out there. I mean, shit. I see what this nigga was talking about now because I used to listen to him, but I never really paid attention because I was minding my business. And then as I answered the call, becoming the spiritual healer, and I'm seeing shit around. I'm like, damn, that's what this nigga was talking about. In terms of the debate, you know what I'm saying? The so-called conscious community. All right. Yeah. My nigga, this is just a scholar community. I don't even know what this is called. I mean, it's all book references, but no experience, no godlike mentality. You know what I'm saying? That's why I have to salute the brothers like Sifri, man. Now, oh my God. First of all, I met this brother in the fucking astral world. And I was so excited the nigga know who I was too. Nigga said my name. I'm like, King, come on, man. I watch you, motherfucker. That's that. Two masters. And that's why this is for you, baby. And for me, I know I got to do it a certain way. for the respect of these motherfuckers. The shit they were talking about and how they were laying it down, I gotta come correct. I got to. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I will forever give you premium information here. So again, this is to give you a higher understanding of you, not to go against you, not to try to convert you, not none of that shit, for you to be a better you. And as you embody the spirit of Christ or Buddha, whatever the fuck, the divine spirit or the universal, the mental of the universe, however the fuck you want to call it, whichever one, what I'm saying, does it for you, however you want to jerk it off. Ultimately, once you understand that about you, you would absorb it in your life and it's gonna in your reality. I mean, it's gonna reflect in your reality. So again, oh man, how are you looking at it? Looking at Jesus from a spiritual perspective, oh, it's life changing. It's you now becoming the blind man reading the scripture. It's you becoming the man of God in your deed, in your actions, as they display Jesus to you. He was a man with long hair. Especially if you want to look at it from that perspective, back in those days, what I'm saying? Only women used to have long hair. It show you how balanced this motherfucker is. A man who embraces his femininity, the yin and the yin, Christ. Your mental and your emotions coming together, becoming perfect. The fucking smoke is getting to my eyes and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's that inner vision. Do what you do, baby. You know what I'm saying? And this is funny too. I mean, there is a sort of divination that is done through this. Anyway, I'll leave that there. Man, this is for the living, the great listeners, as I like to call you guys. This is for you. You want to look at shit from an energetic perspective because that's the truth. That's how you become that. The idea, even if you want to talk about Buddha and voodoo, we talk about energy. That's who you are. You know what I'm saying? That's who you are. When you embrace universe as your God, listen, there's a lot of wisdom for you to learn. There's a lot of wisdom in it. And as you can see, Jesus had a lot of wisdom. Why would anybody who fuck with nature go against Jesus? Why would I go against Jesus? A man who's talking about love? But now my question to you is, if there's somebody else who's talking about the truth and you talking about Jesus, why would you go against that person? I mean, the truth is not accepted everywhere for you. Only your truth isn't the truth. You have an agenda, not a true fucking understanding. On that level, that's why I don't fuck with Christianity, the religion on that level. Because I understand it's ignorance. Well, I mean, shit. I mean, not just that, but agenda. No wonder why your colonizer. That's why it's need for you to. I mean, for you to free your mind, you ain't got to be fuck Jesus because your colonizers gave you Jesus. No, if that's what you're doing, you got some more work to do. It's okay. It's okay. I kind of went through it myself at first. because that was all. I mean, just so you understand, that was because you believed in that, and then now you grow and you're saying fuck it. But then as you mature and become, you know what I'm saying? Nah, you don't got to say fuck Jesus or yes Jesus. Once you fully get it for what it is, shit, it doesn't matter. When you understand how Santa or the impact or the influence of Santa Claus into Claus into like doing those holidays and how it impacted your society, then it doesn't matter. Then you understand the narrative is everything. So the true shit, it's not what they're doing in terms of not the true Christ or whatever the fuck they copy it from you. Congratulations. They have to. Who else they gonna copy it from? You all the fucking, I mean, everything comes from fucking Egypt, niggas. This shit is nigga. It's in the nigga land, nigga. You in nigga land. Nigga. If you didn't do it, this is nigga land. Everything is nigga, nigga. Everything. Everything. So what the fuck are you talking about? Now, what you need to understand is not because it comes from niggas, you need to understand how it's being used, or better yet, that's why you don't even understand your own shit. If you're saying that about Jesus, you don't understand Horus, that you so claim to embrace, or Osiris, whatever the fuck. You're talking good. Oh shit, I gotta roll out, man. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's see here. Listen, man, it's always a pleasure. You guys already know. Um, Again, it's important for you to understand your perspective because your perspective and the impact on your perspective in your life. But that also requires for you to go beyond your fucking perspective too. Mm. It's a vicious cycle. You know what I'm saying? You got to know how to get there, although you never been there for you to get there. I mean, you got to know the address at least. Do you see what I'm saying? That's just the way it goes. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's important for you to develop, to work on you. Embrace yourself. Nothing is done. You are the way. That's what Jesus was telling you. When you're looking at it from a fucking energetic perspective, then now you could put everything Jesus was saying into your life. You are the way, you are the truth. Because whatever you say is going to be the truth. Your perspective. That is why, let's just say, someone who from India would not have the same fucking idea as you. The way you do. How you look at their gods, how they look at your Jesus. In fact, they may have a better understanding of it. Unfortunately for you. Like I said, I mean, coming from that understanding, that's why they acknowledge Jesus. You're the one who don't acknowledge them. You don't acknowledge Brahma, Dharma, whatever the fuck. You always got to pick a side because you one-sided. You're not whole. So therefore, it's being duplicated or reflected into your reality. As a man thinketh, so he becomes. Your true reality is being revealed through your God. So when you don't see how spirituality is your life, you a dummy. You just don't know. You're just ignorant. In fact, Another psychological effect of the historical Jesus, because it's not truly transforming you. That's why a lot of these motherfuckers, like, they just talk about it. They two-faced motherfuckers. That's why you see people who go to church, they use the church just so they appear good to other people, because that's what this shit is, a political behavioral shit. Like, now I'm a good person now because I go to church on Sundays. And then after Sundays, you have 6 days like you live in a fucking evil life. There's no transformation because you're going with book knowledge. But when you adopt the energy, you become that. You become compassion. You become love. But that requires for you to understand your essence too. As a man thinketh, so he becomes. And that thinketh, it's not just a fucking idea or a thought. We're talking level of understanding, inner vision. Life is what you make it. And all we doing, we are Jehovah Witnesses or God witnesses. Because my experience cannot serve you. I mean, it could you. I mean, I could help you to reflect on you. It could help you to reflect on you. Because ultimately, it's gonna have to be your decision. That's why, you know what I'm saying, Jesus already died for you. You just gotta accept him. Tomatoes, tomatoes, same difference. But this fruit to is life, is energy. When you look at Jesus from an energetic perspective, you're not limited. You see the bigger picture. In fact, you become him. That energy, you become that. So now, that's what makes it a holy community. Now you are interacting with the knowledge. The knowledge becomes you. You eat it, meaning you process it, and then you become that. That's the water you need to drink out of or from. Then you'll never be thirsty again because within you, like that's why I tell you niggas, I already don't worry about me. I'm nourishing myself just by talking about this, nigga. I don't need your like. I don't need none of that shit. Fuck you. And I have those other motherfuckers. You wanna still, man? And says yours. Who give a fuck? The information is out there. Does it give? I mean, it's from you. Okay, well, congratulations. Those of you who copying my work, go ahead. All right. So what? I put it out there for free, Nick. So you just marketing for me. That's all you're doing. And of course, you don't have no creation for yourself. Then of course, man. I mean, it's two ways. Historical Jesus, yeah, it's two ways. Like because I become that, I don't need to steal nobody else's shit. I don't need to pass on like somebody else because I found me. I know my skills. Do you skills? Do you have skills? But you do know how to steal from other people, though, right? Okay. All right. Am I supposed to feel hurt? You you just a fan, Nick. Why would I be hurt of a fan? I don't follow you. You follow me. I don't look at your page, nigga. Fuck your page for what? Why would I look at your page for? To do what? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you think you mean something? Like, what do you mean to me? What have you done for me? You give me a book reference. You explain certain things to me that I didn't understand. I copied. What did I copy? What from you, bitches? Niggas are crazy, man. This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shit. I got fans. You know what I'm saying? I understand. I got it. You know what I'm saying? But over here for you, for what? And then work with you, like forgive you in what terms? Like for to do what exactly? To do what? Be afraid to do what? How are you helping me? Have you ever helped me? The fuck? Man, this shit is crazy. Delusional. Niggas are delusional, man. This shit is crazy. Man, the mental illness is real out there. This is a mental institution. You know what I'm saying? You have weak niggas. I mean, you want me to like to feel bad about you? About what? What is there about you, like, even for me to look at? Everything about you is trash. Your pussy's trash. Everything. Man, it's crazy, B. Because, I mean, I've been able to tap into, what I'm saying, certain energy and shit because they're just a fan and they're giving me free information. I mean, it's unbelievable to see how, oh man, I'm gonna keep that shit for myself. This is the energy you want. Like you had me under what? Under control? Wow. I guess you had me under control like the people who sent you, huh? What kind of control did these motherfuckers have? That's why I never fuck with them in the first place. And then that's the people you following, thinking you got control over what? Over who? These motherfuckers couldn't control me as a kid. I was a baby, they couldn't control me. It's just, yo, when that story come out, man, you'll see and understand the difference between 1,000 mango. Cause nigga, I was raised in Haiti. So let me give it to you this way. You can have 1,000 mangoes, man. That's 1,000 idiots. That is not right. What are you gonna do with it? It doesn't matter because you can't eat it. But if you got a small one, very small one, not the same size as the one that is not right, that is right, that's the only one you can eat. That's the only edible one. And that's where I come in. That's where I come in. You know what I'm saying? It's always been quality over quantity, man. There's a bunch of motherfuckers who got unite. I mean, they're working against. Well, I mean, I'm not by myself. I mean, I can't say I'm by myself, but they thought I was by myself. Is that right? Give it to me, baby. Uh huh. Uh huh. Give it to me, baby. Hey, give it to me then. You grabbing me by the balls, huh? Huh? You grabbing me by the balls. Come harder. The harder they come, the harder they gonna fall. I promise you that. I mean, apparently I'm still standing. You think this is apparent? Ooh, okay. You'll see. You've been seen already. You're lying to yourself. Shit, all right, keep going. You never know. It's gonna work one day. Keep going. Instead of looking at me though, look around you. Just look around you. Look at your life. Okay? I'm giving you a hint. Look at your life. I mean, again, then again, that's what stupid motherfuckers do. They don't see shit. All right? Stick it up my ass, nigga. And if you're gonna give it to me, you gotta give it to me like Puff Daddy was giving it. Well, do the what with the that Jim Mill shit. That's how I love it. If you're gonna give it to me, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, get shit. I ain't pausing none of that shit. You wanted to have me by the balls, huh? You grabbing me by the balls? All right, go ahead. Your hand's gonna hurt, bitch. Not my balls. You gonna grab me by the pussy, huh? All right, well, good luck. How's that working out for you yet? Oh, you still not convinced. Keep going. You never, hey, keep going. Mm. Man, that's blood money, nigga. Mm-mm. That right, oh man, listen, man. I mean, here's the funny thing. You went and read the Akashic record. You think you're gonna change that? So now you just going against the universe then. You must be greater. Oh man, you're gonna see how the destinies will manifest. This is God over everything, nigga. And it has to play that way too. Like God said, like to Moses, you dishearten their heart on purpose. Then you're gonna realize like you were meant to fall. You just don't know it yet. And I was meant to take you down. You just don't see it yet. It's okay. It's all planned. That's how beautiful it is. How beautiful it is. You know what I'm saying? You got me out of balls. Huh? Hey, you're going to see everything you were trying to stop. First of all, you couldn't even stop me. Or have you? And this is the harder you go on me, the hardest it's going to be for you. That's what you don't see. And shit, you go hard, nigga. Using my identity, creating all that shit. Do you know why I'm so because they know it's not me. Oh, taxes coming up too. Mm, 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 mm. Do your worst, baby. Listen, get a car. Yeah, do you? I'm gonna just stay where I'm at, and then we're gonna see how it's gonna play out. If it's not playing out already, I know you know it's playing out. You know what's up. you didn't think I was gonna know? You just don't want me to know? Don't worry about me. The whole world's gonna know. Oh, nah, the whole world's gonna know. See, that's you stupid. Oh man. I mean, shit. I don't know. I mean, hey, keep going. I promise you. Yo. You know what? I, just like I hold the mirror of wisdom for those who need to see it, I also hold the mirror of conscience or conscience, I should say, for those motherfuckers need it. You're gonna look at me and have regret, but it's not me you're looking at. You're looking at you. How sorry you are. How much of a trash that you are. Because I can't say it to you. I mean, I can, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? It's better when you see it for yourself. And even myself seeing it too, I'm still gonna make it look good because I'm beauty. So I'm not giving you the justice that you deserve, and you're gonna get the justice that you deserve. That's why this shit got nothing to do with me. This is a pure reflection of your own fucking action. What the fuck? I don't need your fucking apology. To do what? For what? You know what I'm saying? Oh, because you going down? I don't give a fuck. I mean, I'll show it to you. If I haven't shown it to you yet, oh man, I love you more. I'm in love with you. Trust me. I promise you, I'll show you how much I love you. Man, listen, man. Hmm. Mm. Not just you. My mom. Oh, I love my mom. Yeah. I don't give a fuck about that bitch. I mean, I'm gonna give a fuck about you. I was raised with that bitch, and she's not my mother, but I'm just trying to. I don't give a fuck about her. Then I'm gonna give a fuck about you. Oh, you probably have some good pussy, huh? Some pussy that I can live without. Wow. Okay. Okay. Good pussy. And I was calling you all the time. I couldn't live without you. Huh? Okay. I'm gonna show it to you. If you haven't seen it yet, oh man, listen, listen. You already got the cake. I'm gonna put the cherry on top to show you how much I love you. My God, I'm crying. You know what? I'm gonna stop here. 'Cause you know what I'm saying? My heart is hurting. I'm gonna stop there. I'm hurting. My nigga. Yeah, nigga. Yeah. Hold on. I'm hurting for a second. Let me hurt. You know what I'm saying? Allow me to heal myself. But anyway, guys, now just to give you guys a little bit of background of everything that was being said here is so random. Man, guys, I mean, listen, man, listen. I mean, I'm not sure I can even tell you. At this point, I don't even want to say anything about it. there's gonna be a lot of pain, man. It's pretty there already, you know what I'm saying? But hey, you know what I'm saying? Let's just, oh, you don't want me to know? I don't know. I don't know when you want me to know. You don't want me to know? I don't know. All right, guys, I'm gonna have to get ready here. Real quick. Let me see anything else. Man, listen, man. Keep your heads high, man, guys. Listen. Embrace yourself. Choose yourself. You know, I mean, you are the energy. You are the way. Only you could be in your own way. And that's what we all do. The whole aspect of maybe this is, if this is your first time hearing this, doing the shadow work, and what that entails is it's you pretty much delving into your emotional side and trying to understand those emotional blockages. What happened? Let's just say today you don't want no dog in your house, and then you kind of like went down the memory lane, and then oh, I was 5 years old, and then a dog looked at me a certain way, or maybe I was bitten by a dog. It's so you to understand those things. Doing the shadow work again, you are your own mystery. In voodoo, we call yourself a mystère. To translate that it means mystery because you are the wonder of the world. How are you here? Where you from? Oh, those that. And the more, I mean, you should be studying you. Fake motherfuckers, they don't even know nothing about them. They always, oh my God, I don't know why. Nothing works out for me. I didn't do nothing. You make me do this. You made me do that. Meanwhile, nobody had a gun in their head. Their envy and jealousy is guiding them. Oh, you have to understand the science of ignorance. See, I was raised with killers. You know what I'm saying? I was the ship that was, among wolves. I was raised in a family, I was buried alive. I don't think you understand. Here I am, baby. I am my message, nigga. If you know, you know. Well, when it come out, you're gonna know. But if you don't know, you don't. Hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm giving you something you never seen before, nigga. It's better than Cinderella, nigga. I mean, similar to it, but man, I cracked the home code, man. And I was able to remove my energy and look at him now. It's dry. Oh man. And then they think they bet they call me stupid. Oh listen, I was left to dead. Man, they try to get power of attorney over me like I was man, man, I was buried alive. When I tell you buried alive, man, you have no idea. I still don't know. Like, I mean, I talked to my mom and my grandmother, but they haven't revealed the name yet. I think there's a reason behind it. It's all good. I'm not even tripping. I'm doing good already. You know what I'm saying? And I remember in my early journey, when I used to tell, you know what I'm saying, that bitch who adopted me, who lied to me. Oh man, all this shit was intentional. Never know my real name, none of it. They fabric I was buried alive, nigga. Here I am, man. He can't tell me nothing. Anyway, I'm crying. My nigga. Yo, that's being, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm so hurt. There's somebody I cannot live without. There's a hole I cannot live without because her pussy's so good. And I don't know, maybe I was getting so much of that pussy, and I mean, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? Oh, so unbelievable. Hold up. I'm still hurt. Give me a second. My nigga. Guys. You know what I'm saying? But man, it's beautiful. Brace yourself, guys. Brace yourself. Um, man, listen, man. Free your mind. Free your fucking mind, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like I was able to. I mean, baby. And it's all ironic though. And this is why I understand the full thing. I mean, shit, man. Anyway, there's a lot more to talk about, but anyway, I'm gonna leave it here. Always remember, for you to be you, nobody else can be around. If you are that dude on stage, oh shit, the spotlight's gonna be on you, baby. So it's your show. And always know if you know money's everything, if you understand money as being everything, then you will do anything for money. And if you know that money's not everything, well, come on now. That's just, you know what I'm saying? Easy peasy. Nothing but love, you already know. I shit. Mali, I'm on y'all.